All right, I would say that our featured celebrity on this best of, in spite of all the celebrities we have on, is our next guest, the legendary Bill Cosby.
Legendary. We had such a buzz in studio that day. It was so much fun. And as soon as he sat down right here, I was in awe because growing up and watching the Cosby Show, and then all of a sudden you're looking at Bill Cosby, it was surreal.
And what's amazing, he appeals to everyone. I mean, from my youngest child who's 3 to my oldest child who's 20, to you, me, my mom. I mean, he appeals
get my age out
to all generations. The 25-year-olds like Roxanne. I mean, big appeal there. But we had him in studio. He was classy. He was funny. It's Bill Cosby. Everybody, take a look. Tell me that you're going to do I hope you're going to do this. One of my all-time favorite routines of yours, the chicken heart routine. Do you do that routine anymore? The chicken heart that ate New York City.
I know what you mean. I don't do it anymore.
Oh, man.
Thump, thump.
Oh, no.
Thump, thump.
But if you're not familiar with the chicken heart routine, it's basically you as a little kid listening to this scary show on the radio, and you wind up smearing the floor with Jell-O to protect your family from the monster.
Myself.
Well, yourself.
I was left alone. They went out to the movie.
Did this really happen, though?
Yes.
I knew it.
Yes. And I went crazy because in those days, there was no TV.
Yeah.
Right.
It was radio. And you turn out lights out. And I was stupid enough to do that. So there's no parents. You understand?
Right.
I turned the lights out because the man said do that. And now they start this story about this chicken heart, and the speakers were not, it's just one round thing covered with cloth, and this thump, 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 thump. And this chicken heart is getting closer and closer to where I live. Pardon me. So the next thing, I just went crazy, and I took the Jell-O and I started smearing it on the floor.
You really smeared the floor with Jell-O.
We had a linoleum rug.
Right.
And I smeared it in front of the door.
Right.
So that the heart would come in and slide.
Oh.
And I would be able to get away from it. And then my father came in and cleared the whole thing up.
Did he slide once he walked onto the
Yes,
Jell-O?
yes.
What
But
color
he probably
was it?
wasn't happy about that.
No, he wasn't. Because I was scared and I had brain damage.
Oh.
And he said, idiot, turn the radio off. It was that simple.
I can't believe I'm sitting here talking to you because
I can't believe I'm sitting here talking to a personal friend of Derek Jeter. And he never told me about you. He never said, look out for.
Well, like him, I love watching your show because I wanted to be part of your family. So do you think that was the secret? I mean, 5 years of being the #1 show on television, what was so magical about it?
The fact that we were. And what was interesting, we stayed #1 consistently. I remember it was Channel 9 in New York. And the fellow, and I'm sitting there waiting to hear that the Cosby Show, named after I, is again #1. And this guy said, look, we're going to go into the ratings, but I'm not even going to say the name of the show because we all know that it's #1. We're going to go right to #2. I mean, we earned that, and here this guy decides, look, we've had enough of this. I'm going to name #2 as #2. And that was very, very odd.
That's strange.
You did create a family-like atmosphere on that show. I know because my old radio producer, Jason Chin, was a child actor, and he appeared on the Cosby Show, your show, and he talked about how you really were like a dad to all the kids on the show. And I think...
Wait, stop. Jason?
Jason Chin.
I know Jason.
Yeah, he was my radio producer.
But he was like this.
Oh, yeah.
And look at you. But Jason was one of the kids I tried to teach him to say something, and there was a thing about a scary thing, and I wanted him. We went to the Museum of Natural History, and looked at the Saurus, whatever was a dinosaur, only little children's brains memorize that stuff. This is a Tyrannosaurus lurminus. When you get to be old, you go, it's a big thing. But I tried to teach him something that they did in the old Frankenstein movies, the black and white ones, and it said, it's alive, it's alive. And you tell me, Jason was the coolest Chinese kid on earth. Because when the time came, I said, okay, now Jason, say it. It's alive, it's alive. Jason said, it's alive. It's alive.
That's his demeanor. That's his actual
That's
demeanor
right.
to this day.
And how's his mother?
Ma. You mean Ma? I don't know how Mama Chin is. I haven't. I actually haven't spoken with Jason in a while, but I have a feeling I'll be hearing from him once this segment's online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you have your shirt on. So you were a fullback at Temple.
Yes.
And then you were the captain of your baseball team.
No.
You weren't?
No, this is a Wikipedia that's
Oh,
gone. This is Wikipedia gone bad.
Okay.
I'm
forget
telling
that.
you.
No
And I
captain
was
bad.
not the president of my
I
class.
saw that too.
Wait a minute.
No,
According
no.
to Wikipedia, it also says your show was number 2. Should we?
No,
take that
the
off?
guy wouldn't say the name of number 1. He went to number 2, which was I don't know what. But this thing, see, what people don't understand is it reads that Bill Cosby left school. He dropped out of school. And then I was 19 and a half years old when I dropped out of high school, still in the 11th grade.
You had enough.
I had too much. It was the United States Navy that turned my whole boot camp, turned my whole life around. And you know the famous sentence that turned my life around?
No.
The man said, I'm not your mother. And that was it.
That stuck with you.
Huh?
That stuck with you.
Yeah, because you know why? I would do things and then he would tear it down. Not like my mother. My mother would complain that I hadn't done it properly and then she would redo it. This man, I made my bed up and he said, and then he took the blankets and threw it on the floor. He said, now put it back up and make it again. And he wasn't my mother. My mother would have seen it the way I made it up and she would say, and then she would make it because she can't stand it. This man changed my life.
And we are changing the name of today's show. It's not Studio 10, folks. This is the Bill Cosby Show. Give it up for Bill Cosby.